Donating at the Coco, from Akwa Ibom down to Sokoto, from Enugu down to Oshogbo, we got spread this news like a motto.
From Africa's great hope to Africa's big disappointment, this is the sad reality it's turning out to be for Kenya's President, William Ruto. Considering that he ran his campaign as a poor street boy who worked his way up the political ladder and understood the suffering of the poor, understood what it meant to be poor, this even prompted him to coin his campaign as a hustler campaign, as a form of restructuring the Kenyan economy to feed and cater for the need of the struggling poor masses. But recently, his true intent are increasingly being exposed. A master manipulator. He has turned his words into just mere publicity stunt, putting now his nation into so much unrest. Let's watch the video and then make some comments later.
It started with social media users blaming Kenya's President William Ruto for the rising cost of living and tax hikes. Now it's brought thousands to the streets. Protesters gathered near Kenya's parliament as MPs debated the legislation to increase taxes.
We are paying all their salaries, we are paying their houses, allowances, and we are paying our taxes. We are not getting roads, we are not getting hospitals, enough medicine in the hospitals.
Police tried to clear the streets. The government says it's already listened to the people when it removed some of the most controversial taxes from the bill.
Every time the police fire tear gas, the protesters moving to the side streets. This group has surrounded a police vehicle with riot police in the back. They're waiting to find out what they'll do. But each time they're dispersed, they regather. The police crackdown doesn't seem to be putting them off.
The police in the vehicle, outnumbered, had to leave. So did these officers as people chanted, "We are peaceful." The protesters, who were mostly peaceful, then occupied several streets in the city centre. So the police used water cannon and tear gas to seal off the streets closest to Parliament. Inside, about 2/3 of MPs voted to approve the amended bill at its second reading. President Ruto has a majority. Outside, people said his government doesn't represent them and they're tired of corruption and poor service delivery.
Children are not getting sufficient vaccination in hospitals. And now you're going to impose taxes on wheelchairs. These are differently abled children. So far, since he came into power, what has he done with our taxes? Nothing.
Thousands protested in around 20 different towns and cities, including Ruto's hometown of Eldoret. The crowds are younger than those seen at opposition-led protests in recent years. They don't follow a political leader. We met students, job seekers and young professionals on the streets in Nairobi. Rights groups say more than 30 people were arrested and dozens injured, including 6 hit by police cars when running away. The police have said they'll respect constitutional rights, but must protect government buildings from occupation. Parliament's expected to vote on the finance bill at its final reading next week. As sunset approached, police tried to clear the streets with volleys of tear gas before nightfall. It didn't work until plainclothes security broke up the remaining crowd.